a blown out hotel room.
Yeah.
During COVID, fully tested. We had to all test, rapid tests. Then we go into a room that's like no lights and no air conditioning, like literally a double bed room, empty, pop-up table, Francis Ford Coppola. I walk in and I'm like,
Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Talent Agent Talk, where we are bringing you educational lessons and real-life stories behind the scenes of TV and film. I'm your host and a talent agent, Jason Lockhart, and today our guest is none other than Sean Hankinson.
ooh, yeah. This isn't ASMR. We're not doing weird.
We don't have the band.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah, dude, I'm obsessed with you. You're such you're like a mix of I don't know, like Jim Carrey and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
I mean, is that a thing?
I think I had a heart attack because Jim Carrey is my dad. I should have told everyone that. But I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis. Thank you.
The shit you pull off is just really strong and impressive.
Well, hey, I'm happy that my agent thinks that I am a mix of those two people because that is I have to put that on my dream board because that's exactly where I want to go.
Yes,
so
you deserve it. That's how I see you. Let's make some money.
yes, let's do it.
But today, let's also use your experiences to entertain and educate the masses.
The masses. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know where to start. You've done so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
That I'd love to just give you the floor to be like, I learned something on this set. I learned something here.
Yeah, but when I was coming over here, I was like, what do I talk about? Like, all of a sudden, you kind of go blank a little bit. But I think when I think about us and I think about what we have done for my career, because I do say, I feel like you have leveled me up in such a fun, wonderful way. So thank you. But I do think one of our biggest accomplishments was Disney. I would say it was always like a place in my heart that I wanted to be a Disney dad, and to be in a Disney movie as a Disney dad and being the first queer gay Disney dad was wild. So I think that's kind of my little, it's just like that sweet love letter to myself as a child also in so many ways. Being able to be like, hey, you're working on this network that you devoured as a child, and then being able to honor my authenticity in a role. It was just so wow, this is cool. This is cool.
Made it look easy.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for all the people, all the champions that got me that job.
Tara Feldstein was definitely a champion for you on that. I remember her loving your work.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with them. I think those people being in your corner, it's you've got heavy hitters backing you. So that was such a gift.
What did you do when you got that audition?
Well, like everything is self-tapes, So I I immediately called my friend and I was like, okay, how big do you go? You know what I mean? You have, there's that line of is this real Disney or is this crazy Disney? So I was like, well, I've got to give them options, And then the fun started because taping for Disney, the sky's the limit. So I just remember at one point I'm squealing. We're improvising, we're doing all of it, and then we bring it back down to a real take. So it was cool, and I was really gifted with having 3 solid scenes to really showcase who you are is just always such a gift as an actor. So I did multiple takes, and I showed them everything I got and laid it out there, and then we just got it. That's weird. To me, I was like, oh, there's no callback. There's no nothing. You book it. And I'm like, oh, I guess they saw my tape and saw everything I can offer. And I hit it,
Sometimes that does just happen.
Honestly, I feel, I hate to say this because there's a part of me that's those ones you labored over and you just really worked the scene, really worked on it with a friend and really did all the work, and you send that out into the universe and you're like, that's the one.
I know.
And it's really the ones, the ones that you book are the ones that are just yeah, should we do this? And then we do it, and then you just sink into it because it's so authentically you. and then that resonates, and then you end up booking them. In my experience, I shouldn't say that that's like for everyone, but in my experience, it's like, oh yeah, the ones that I don't, sounds weird, but like I put in the work, but the ones that I don't have to work super hard for, like really digging through, are the ones that just seem to rise to the top for me. And maybe that's because I like take a pressure off. Like there is no pressure, and the ones that I'm working harder for, I all of a sudden start to overwork, you know? I don't know how that works.
Well, I also think, because kind of what I'm hearing is that you know yourself really well. And I don't think everybody does. I think a lot of actors want to be the character.
Yeah.
They want to step into some other shoes. You put on your own shoes and step into the artistry of the story. And so when you really love the story and get to be you, you thrive.
Hey,
like Will Trent.
Can you wake me up in the morning and tell me these things?
Every day, 7:48 a.m.
I think that it's, yeah, I think I've done a lot of work. I think kind of putting it back onto this, but I think a lot of queer people are doing more work on themselves because we kind of played a part for a period of time in our lives, and then coming to realization, coming to your authenticity and being like, no, I'm not going to do that act anymore. I'm going to be more me. And then all of a sudden you're fully you.
You're free.
And then you're like, oh yeah, this is the ticket. This is my superpower. And I've always said that like being gay is like a superpower for me, in the sense that you might not think you want this character to be a gay man, but when I bring it to you, you will be like, oh, we didn't think about that. It didn't really matter. We love him. We want him, you know? And if I were to try and squeeze myself into another box, which I did for years, you know, even after I came out in the acting industry, it's like squeeze into this box, and it's like I can do that, and that never really resonated with anyone. You know, my voice was stifled. So.
But you do disappear into roles too. Like I felt like in Will Trent, I was like, oh wow,
yeah,
you know, like that was a different human.
Well, then maybe, yeah. And I also feel that we have so many sides to ourselves that we don't touch. And a lot of people are afraid to acknowledge, you know, that I feel like I'm like, I live in this mansion where I want to look in every room, want to look in every crevice. I want to play in every room. So I appreciate that. And yeah, every time someone says, oh, you're just a comedy actor, I'm like, oh no, and then the people that know my dramatic work will be like, oh, you're I didn't know you did comedy. And I'm like, yeah, this is the thing. Keep them guessing. You know
what's interesting is people ask me all the time, like, how do I want to bring on a new actor? How do I know if an actor's good? And I say, I can tell from looking at their actor's access.
Oh, really?
I can look when they have a handful of pictures if they're talented or not. Oh. And I remember the first time I saw your actor's access, and I thought, he's going to be an easy sell.
Oh.
Because there are so many, there's like 5 or 6 really clear stories. Yeah. And you've got some really like villainous looking photos.
Yeah.
And then some that are so quirky and funny and colorful.
Yeah.
And some that it's like, I know that realtor. You know? Like there was so much to work with. You made it like a shiny new toy to go play with. I think if actors could really grasp the fact that like headshots are storytelling.
Oh my gosh.
And if you can tell 6 stories and an agent can look at them, it's like, whoa, I've got a lot to work with.
Yeah. Well, shout out to my headshot photographers.
Who did
Chase Anderson.
Oh, Chase Anderson. Yeah, he's been on the show.
Yeah, what a great collaboration that was. You know, he's a dream to work with because he just makes it so chill. And then he's like, yeah, it's chill, but we're also we're gonna make something here. And he was like, what were you thinking for this? And I was like, wow, I haven't had that much creative input. You know, it seems weird, but it's a lot of headshot photographers are like, they've got their routine and you just kind of run through the mill and smile and hope that it works. And it was like, that's not.
No, he's an actor, a very talented actor.
Yeah.
Shooting, you know?
And that's important, I think, working with another actor. Because then when you're looking at someone behind the lens, there's like a simpatico that kind of works. And I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I'd be real curious if you were to like sit down with, you know, Sean Hankinson 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And be like, I wish you could understand this lesson.
Oh, wow.
What would you tell yourself that other young actors listening could probably benefit from?
Move to Atlanta and get repped by Jason Lockhart. I'm joking. You should quickly move. No, not. I think that honestly, I have gotten in my own way more than I care to admit. I think I had it all figured out. I lived in LA. I did LA for years, and then I did New York for years, and now I moved to Atlanta. And I was in my own way most of the time. I thought I had it figured out. Like, nope, I'm doing this, and that's not allowing the magic to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This industry is 75% rules and 25% magic. And if you are so hard set on the rules, you don't let the 25% magic happen. And that's where it all happens, you know? So I just wish I could go back in time and be like, get out of the way, say yes to everything. You know what I mean? Those people want to help you, and just loosen up a little bit. And that's something, and age. I know that sounds weird, but I looked like I was 12 when I was 21, you know? And I thought all of my worth was in being young. And it's like, oh no, as I've gotten older, the doors are all opening now that I'm not trying to sell youth and all that stuff. So, I don't know if I went on a random tangent, but so yeah, 15 years ago, I'd say get out of your way. And I think that it was important. I think it was important to move to Atlanta. I know that sounds a little bit like what, but having experienced these massive towns that are just filled with everyone's an actor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a big fish here, you know?
There's something kind of beautiful about moving to a smaller market, having a better connection with people. Casting directors like know your work.
Yeah, you get to really be an artist here who's seen. You get seen here.
You get seen. Yeah, hey. But you actually get seen, and it's not just 10 auditions in a year. You got a lot more opportunities. So
10 in a week.
Yeah, and that was so exciting and beautiful, and in a weird way, there was license to it. You got to make choices that maybe were completely wrong or completely right, or like you get to experiment a little bit more. And it wasn't so, this is my one audition of the year, you know, situation. So I think that moving to Atlanta was the breath of fresh air that I needed. And now I've gone back to LA and New York and worked so much more than I did when I lived there. You know, so it opened up a door and like a portal back in a weird way. So,
hey, I quickly want to say thanks so much for watching Talent Agent Talk. The actors that we bring on, myself, Jason Lockhart, just thank you so much. And thanks for choosing us to be able to help you on your journey. And Talent Agent Talk was the second show we developed here at Get Seen to be able to help you on your journey. And I want to let you know there's a third one on the way. So if you have not subscribed already, make sure to do so. You'll be able to find it on YouTube and then everywhere that you listen to your podcast just audibly. So make sure to follow us at Get Seen Unscripted on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube. Again, thanks so much for watching Talent Agent Talk. And if you're interested in our third show, stay tuned.
Your resume continuously grew here.
Yeah.
And you're real. And like,
Yeah.
I think of resumes like trophies. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, now you got this trophy wall that like glistens, and it's glistening so bright that New York and LA can see it.
right. And now you're competitive. And before I was maybe a little bit underwater, you know?
And the list of people who champion for you has only gotten longer.
Yeah.
You know, the
And
gatekeepers.
it's cool. It's cool to know like you have several credits with the same casting director. It just kind of feels like, yeah, they know me. They've seen me do all of these things, you know? And I love that.
And that means they're going to keep giving you more opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, we accept it. We open arms, right?
Yeah. Speaking of, so like, what's your dream role, man?
Dream role. I think my dream role, I mean, I say this, I'm going to say one dream role and then immediately be like, oop, I want that now. I don't want that anymore. I want that. I want to be on like this is like a throwback for a lot of people, but like a brothers and sisters type show where it's pulling apart a family dynamic. I'm always drawn to family storylines. I'm always drawn to how the inner workings of a family, and honestly, it's a drama. So I think that that's my ultimate, like, I said brothers and sisters, but also as dark as Osage County. Like, there's so much said in families and so much that happens behind those walls. I'm always turned on by it. I say that, and then the moment it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, oh yeah, and also a sitcom, you know?
That's
Because
what I
that's-
want for you.
Yeah, and I honestly, my energy, if you know me, is that. So I think that's why I have those polar opposites, where it's like, I want to do that work, but also I know that probably I'll be the happiest when I'm over here.
So fascinating.
Yeah.
Does that stem from any kind of like family experiences that you've had?
I don't know, because I have like a unique story in the sense, like, my family's wonderful, you know what I mean? And a lot of people's storyline is that their family is not. So I'm so fascinated by the families that are falling apart or broken, or like, what happened there? Like, why do you not love your kids unconditionally? Why don't you? So it seems alien to me. So I'm like, I want to dive in there. I want to play that character because it's so foreign to my personal story.
That's great because you're wanting to learn and grow.
Yeah.
And face fears and challenges. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that about you and for you. I want to like
Yeah.
figure out how to help you get it.
But then also, wouldn't it be cool to be on a sitcom where you're
Fuck yeah.
working 5 days, you know, like
Yeah.
you're 9 to 5 and like, not
I could
9
see
to
you
5,
on
but,
like a Willard Grace or a Frasier,
yes. And it's theater-ish, you know what I mean? There's like a theater adjacent version, and there's live studio audiences and
would thrive with a live
rehearsals,
studio
and that's we're all seeking community at the end of the day. So
Well, every set is lucky to have you, man, and the energy
Oh,
that you bring. And I hope
thank
that
you.
people that watch can feel your it factor and
Yeah.
like try to grasp their own, you know?
hey, I love that. I love that. Sean Hankinson, the It Factor.
Any other final tidbit nugget you got?
No, no. I mean, I was going to talk about Lopolis, but you know.
I mean, you did work with Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah. And that was a wild adventure.
Give us a takeaway.
I will clearly, I will never forget every element of that wild ride, from audition to callback to working to watching.
Weren't the callbacks like in person in a hotel room?
Yeah, a blown out hotel room.
Yeah.
During COVID, fully tested. We had to all test, rapid tests. Then we go into a room that's like no lights and no air conditioning, like literally a double bed room, empty, pop-up table, Francis Ford Coppola. I walk in and I'm like, where are we? Movie Time Hotel in Peachtree City. And there you are. And I went, well, I've never been in a hotel room that doesn't have the beds in it. And he goes, you haven't? And I went, have you? And he goes, good point. You know what I mean? And we were like off to the races, you know, doing this wild process of this booking. And then, yeah, I you know, I booked it, and then I show up and they're like draping me in fabric, and someone comes over and takes scissors and just cuts my hair off. And I look like Janice from SNL. This woman's over here literally dying of COVID. And she's like, you look wonderful. And I'm like, where am I? Where am I? No script. We got no script until I showed up. And they're like, don't worry. You only have like a couple of lines. It's not the end of the world. And I'm like, hey, yeah, cool. Cut to later on that evening, and they send me, they're like, we've been approved to give you your lines. I had a 3-page monologue, dense, just top to bottom. And I went, oh my, well, you're going to have a teleprompter, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay.
How long did you have?
Overnight. I said, I can get this to 90%. I'm pretty quick. It's like that if I were ever to be on a soap opera. I was on a soap opera in LA, but I thrive in that. I'm like, oh, the challenge of memorizing 90 pages tonight? Yes. You know, I love that. So
Did you feel good when you rapped?
No, I didn't work with him. Isn't that funny? At the end of the day, he was on another shoot, and so his brother did our shoot. So after all that, like all this walking up the mountain thinking like, I'm working with an Oscar award-winning director on his passion piece. I didn't even work with him. Isn't that sad?
Just got a stupid haircut.
I just got a stupid haircut. And then we watched the movie, and that is an art house piece if I ever saw it, you know? Bless him, whatever's happening in his brain, I want to know. I want to go on that
I didn't really
road.
get it.
Oh, not at all. But I want to know. I want to live in that brain. I want to take me on your roller coaster ride. Tell me what this was about, because I really don't know.
For years.
Yeah.
Years it was in his brain. Still is. I don't even know if he fully executed what he probably intended to.
Yeah. But I mean, isn't that inspiring? Like
That he got it done. Definitely.
yeah, and like sell half your vineyard and like put your soul into a project. Like, who cares if they don't get it? You made your passion piece. He already proved himself years ago. You know, it's like, yeah, go out doing it all. Like, if that isn't inspiring, I'm mega inspired by that. Megalopolisly inspired by that. You know?
It is, man. Like, I feel like since I hit 40, it's really about like enjoying the day. What decisions are in front of me, and how am I gonna answer these decisions in a way that makes me enjoy the day and try to leave the world better.
And I can say, someone that knows you, you are doing it.
Trying every day.
Yeah. And it's awesome to watch.
Well, thank you. It's awesome to share this life with you.
I agree.
And you do win a free car for being here.
Yes.
If you wanna reach
I was so excited about this, you know.
What's it gonna
I don't want to
be?
look. I'm just going to pull the first one. Ooh.
I hoped you would get that. The Vanster.
Yeah.
It's literally called the
If
Vanster.
only I had my mustache still, it'd be like Sean in his van. Yeah.
That's the story. I
I love this. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I loved it.
And audience, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Jesse Malinowski and Get Seen for producing our show. We love doing this. I hope you got something out of it. And if you would like to be a guest on our show because you have your own cool booking story, you can pitch it right to us. It's talentagenttalk@gmail.com. Again, that is talentagenttalk@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Sean,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.